right, everybody. You know what time it is. The Real Talk Sports Show is coming up right now. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we thank God for all those of you who are watching us here on various platforms. Also, those of you who are listening on the replay or on the podcast of the Real Talk Sports Show. Thank you, and thank you very much for joining us this evening, because we're back. And if I could stop myself from sneezing, we'll be good to go. Yeah, appreciate all those of you again who tuned into the broadcast. It didn't work. I sneezed anyway. I tried not to do it. Didn't work. But we are here talking sports as we do each and every Tuesday night. Remember, follow us, folks, on social media. Please follow us on the Real Talk Sports #7. Follow us anywhere on social media, but especially if you can, go onto YouTube and subscribe. We have momentarily stalled in our quest for reaching 1,000 subscribers. So I need y'all to pick up the pace, baby. I need your helps so we can get back in the mix and get to that 1,000 subscribers. And so we can do some big things heading in through the rest of this year. All right, so I put my question up here for the day. The question is, why does it seem like there's so much hateration against why is there so much hateration here against the Falcons? Not just the Falcons, but all Atlanta sports teams. Like in the national media, we get no love at all. I don't get it, but we get no love. I'm not sure what's going on, but we get no love from the Falcons. Listen, guys, anybody trying to call me, remember I'm on the air right now, so hit me back after the 9 o'clock hour. I'm more than happy to get with you, but right now we are on the air broadcasting live on all major social platforms. So we appreciate those of you, again, who are trying to reach me, but I can't talk and be on the air at the same time. I'm just saying. All right, anyway, yeah, we're just trying to get a handle on that. What do you guys think? Maybe you guys don't think that. Maybe you don't think the national media hates on us too much. Maybe you think that we're getting what we deserve. But it seems like a lot of negativity surrounds teams from Atlanta, especially if the teams do something that the national media folks, don't appreciate or don't agree with. It's like we're just roasted. And it seems like even when we're doing well, it takes a long time for the national media to get on board when we're doing stuff. You remember when the Hawks had their run? It took a little minute before they got in with Trae Young and the Hawks. Maybe I guess it's because people realize that oftentimes with Atlanta teams, they're flashing a pan. We see a little something, and then we disappear. I don't know what it is, but the bottom line is that's the question I have for everybody. Do you think that the national media hates on Atlanta teams too much, or you think it's just legitimate conversation? What do you guys think? Let me know. Hit me up on social media what you think about that. Well, it has been a rambunctious week and weekend in the world of sports. We have the NBA playoffs going on. We have the WNBA getting ready to start their season. The ladies are doing their thing in preseason, and also I might say showing off their great glamour. The ladies tell you, man, it's new crop we've had the last couple of years, especially this year. Led by some of these up and coming young women here that are making it happen both on the court and off the court. Glad to see the women getting their money, especially from endorsements. Hopefully they can get paid because they certainly don't get paid a lot in the WNBA for what they do. Now, keep in mind, the WNBA's budget is much smaller than that of the NBA. So those people have been saying, I'll get with Tree to talk about this later, but those people are thinking that, hey, it should be equal pay for the women. That sounds good. But certainly the WNBA is not making anywhere near the money. Forget about the fan attendance, just in terms of the TV contracts. I mean, the NBA signs multi-billion-dollar TV contracts. I don't think that's happening for the WNBA. But like I said, we'll talk with Tree a little bit more about that when she comes on. Also, the Bravos, after a red-hot start, matter of fact, one of their best starts as a Brave franchise, have suddenly gone cold. The Bats have went on hiatus as the Braves have lost 5 of their last 6 on the road. They got swept by their arch rival, the Dodgers, and a lot of people are feeling some kind of way, wondering what's happening to the Braves. Are they going to make it? Come on, you guys, slow your roll. Okay, seriously. I mean, Braves still have one of the best lineups in baseball. And keep in mind, all this winning they were doing was going on without many of their big bats not doing anything, like Olsen, MIA. Ronald Acuna, pretty much MIA to start the season. Their bats have been pretty cold. Even Austin Riley, all these guys who are good for 3,100. The realities are they came off to a slow start. And even with that notwithstanding, the Braves still jumped out to an 18-6 start. So we got all kinds of slow rolls, guys. Braves are okay. Everything's good. They'll come back around. Don't sweat it. Just remain calm. Speaking of don't sweat it, let's go and take a look now. Braves are hosting the Boston Red Sox. I know it's sold out at Truist Park. Anytime a team like the legacy team like the Red Sox or the Yankees come into town, it is must-see TV. Red Sox having a decent year, 19-16 coming into tonight's game. Braves, even with them losing 5 of their last 6, are still 20-12 overall. Just saying. And right now they have a 2-0 lead here as we go into the top of the 4th over the Red Sox. And let's take a look at the box score so far. For the Bravos, Acuna is 1 for 2. Marcelo Zuna, the DH, he's 0 for 0 with a walk. And the big bopper has been Kelenic. Guys, a lot of people are questioning, who's this guy? He's no good. Why do we have him? Well, good news, boys. He's 1 for 1, hit a 2-run homer, and he's giving the Braves the lead. So Kelenic, everybody was questioning why the Braves get him. Maybe not so much. Okay. Yeah, we just all need to just remain calm, folks. The Braves are going to be fine. They are going to be able to do what they need to do. This lineup is stacked. And like I said, again, they're stacked like 8, 9 deep. I mean, they got players and hitters at every position. So, again, just everybody remain calm. Don't panic. Braves will be fine. And the other thing, too, is I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather see the Braves play well at the end of the season. I mean, because think about this. They won 108 games last year and couldn't get even out of the first round. Got beat by their arch rivals. Only won 1 game, and that they won barely. So, I mean, yeah. Do you want to have a nice lead? You want to start off like they did last year? Would you like to have them go bell to bell and win? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I mean, I really don't care about that. I mean, it's like they said, for them, it's World Series or bust. So let's not get too bent out of shape or too excited. Now, how about another acquisition? Very, very quietly has been doing the job for the Braves. How about Sale? He brought over Sale, and everybody's kind of thinking, has this guy got anything left in the tank? Dude, he's been the bomb. Taking care of business, 4-1 so far to start the season, and pitching lights out. Chris Sale has been pitching lights out for the Bravos this year, doing everything that they expect him to do. So once again, the Braves make one of those key pickups, and it pans out. So far this season, he's got a 3.44 earned run average. He has struck out 42 batters in just 36 and 2/3 innings. So, like I said again, man, calm down. Calm down. And oh, by the way, so far this year, he's only lost 1 game, 4-1. And this is a guy that was coming off a 6-5 season for the Red Sox last year. Just saying. His 3.44 earned run average was much better than what he had, a 4.3 average for the Red Sox last year. So let's give a big shout out to Chris Sale. Guy's doing what he needs to do so far to stop the season. And the Braves again, if I can actually speak the English language, the Braves again have a great start in first place in the East. And that's it. I mean, that's all I got to say about it, guys. Just everybody calm down. 32 games in, excuse me, they were in first place. After that, losing 5 of 6, the Red Hot Phillies went by them, and the Braves are now 3 games out of first place. Phillies have been red hot, like I mentioned. Braves lost 5 of 6. Meanwhile, the Phillies have won 9 of their last 10, 25-11. They have the best record in the National League, and I believe the best record in Major League Baseball. That is correct. They do. But again, so what? You're barely a quarter of the season in. Remember, the season in baseball is 162 games. So you got a long season ahead of us. So we need to remain calm, guys. All right, we're going to try to take a break, guys. My phone is ringing. We'll take a little break in the action. So just hang on and hang tight, guys. We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show after the break in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, and thank you. Stay tuned and keep it locked right here. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
Hey guys, we're back here at the Real Talk Sports Show. Appreciate again all those of you who joined it to listen to us and to watch us here on various platforms around the world. Yeah, that's right, around the world, because we actually have viewers and listeners from Africa and from the Middle East. So the Real Talk Sports Show is everywhere. We appreciate those of you who have again taken time out of your busy schedule to join us. We appreciate you so much for doing so. Like I was saying earlier, talking about the Braves, for those of you who's tuned in, Braves have fallen behind the Phillies by 3 games now in the NL East. They lost 5 of the last 6. Meanwhile, the Phillies have come out of the box red hot, looking to prove that their win over the Braves and their ascent to the National League Championship Series was no fluke, and that they are looking to once again give the Braves everything they got and then some. Not only just in postseason, but it looks like they're trying to do it in the regular season as well. But like I said, at the end of the day, I really don't care. I mean, because it gets down to the same thing I've always said before. It's what you do in the postseason that really counts. It really is. I mean, especially when you're a team like the Braves, who is stacked with such a tremendous lineup. Yeah, it's just, who cares? I mean, the whole thing that you want to do is you want to be hot at the end of the year. That's really the key when you talk a season this long. Would you like the Braves to win 100-plus games? Sure you do. And to get at least to get out of that wild card playoff, no doubt. You really want to try to avoid that if you can. But as it turns out, last year, because they went to more games, it actually affected and hurt all the teams that had won the most games during the regular season. Braves, Dodgers, Orioles all got blown out in that first series. They got ran out of Dodge, and a lot of people think it was because of the layoff that was on there. But yeah, man, it's just like I said, we're just looking for them to do their thing and to do it when it counts in September. That's the key. If they do it when it counts in September, all this angst we're going through now early in the season, it is irrelevante. The main thing again is you want to be red hot in the mix at the end of the year. That's really it. You want to be hot then. And I think that the Braves, again, have got something to prove. They've said along the way during the summer, hey, it's World Series a bust, and hopefully it'll be that way. Because it was must-see TV here in 2021 when the Braves won. Truist Park was electric. Almost 100,000 people were there as the Braves went on to win their first World Series in over 20 years. But, it seems funny because, since Freddie's left, they haven't won, but that's another story. Freddie hasn't won anything in LA either. It's only been 2 years, so we won't trip on that. But, yeah, like I said, man, we want them to do well when it counts. We want them to do well when it counts. We do not want them to, like I said, no disrespect. I mean, I want them to do well during the regular season, but definitely at the end when it counts, we want them to do well. So hopefully they will do so, and we will have something to shout about here in the postseason instead of just the regular season. So, like I said, guys, look for the Braves to kind of come back. Don't sweat it. Don't get excited. Don't worry. This is a team that, keep in mind, came out of the box, won 18 out of their first 24 games, and did that with a Matt Olson and a Ronald Acuna that weren't hitting at all. And Austin Riley was barely hitting. It was the Marcell Ozuna on the MVP hunt show. So I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, like I said, keep it calm. Don't get stressed. And the Braves will be able to do their thing. Speaking of do their thing, guys, every time I bring on this show, we always bring on one of those beautiful ladies in the way of TV or radio sports talk. We simply call her the Queen. Tree Goldman is back in the building. What's going on, Tree?
Hello, Jonathan. Hello, everyone.
What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. Sorry, we had literally I can say like they used to say about the evolutionary people, the missing link.
Yes. And
you're here.
Just for everyone that's wondering, I'm about to throw Jonathan under the bus. Be prepared, Jonathan. So I just want you guys to know it's not my fault. I've been trying to get on.
I sent her the missing link, guys. Literally, I sent her the link to our Ford website. So she was driving a virtual car all around the Ford website, saying, "How do I get out of here and get on the StreamYard?"
Right.
And finally, she said, "Okay, clearly there's no exit out of this maze. I got to make a call."
Yes.
And we now have her
you guys to know I'm not delayed because of me. But with that being said, I'm happy to be here. Just wanted to mess with Jonathan. I know he has a lot going on, and it's not a one-man show, but it's basically a one-man show. So I'm definitely understanding and I get it. But I just wanted to just to mess with you, Jonathan. But I do appreciate you, and I know that you work hard, and things happen. We make it work, right? We push forward.
Hey, man, the show must go on, as they say, which is true. It does have to go on. It has to go on. We're talking about the Braves. I'm trying to get everybody to get off the ledge. People were panicking. I listened on the sports talk radio all over the place. People, we're barely a quarter of the way through the season. Tree, I think people forget that baseball is 162 games.
Right. I say it every year, Jonathan. I say, remember last year we had a lot of fans that were panicking. And what did I say? I said, we have plenty of baseball left. There's no need to panic. And look how far the Braves went. There's no need to panic, people.
Calm down. Everybody take it easy. All right. So Donna Jones says she believes it was not your fault. It was truly my fault. She said,
Thank you, Donna. Yes. I've been here since 7:45 waiting to get into
waiting instead of driving a tram all around Ford's website, up and down, looking commercial vehicles in service.
Like this can't be the link that he sent me. And then I click it again.
This can't be right.
And then I even tried the one on my cell phone. Well, maybe same. And I was just like, okay. I think he made a mistake and sent me the wrong. Hey, but at least we know that your job was on your mind. And that's a good thing. You're good
Yeah,
at your job because you were sending out that link, hoping that maybe I would come and buy a Ford.
yeah, that was the idea that we were hoping that we could get another transaction, but that's for another time.
Well,
Oh,
I do
praise the
also
Lord.
want to say, if I can please, that we are in the month of May, and you all do know how much my beloved hubby means to me and our cause that we fight for. My hubby passed from a glioblastoma, which is the most aggressive brain tumor out there. And this is May, which is Brain Cancer and Brain Tumor Awareness Month. We wear gray in May. I wear gray every day with my bracelets, my gray Fitbit, and different things. But I just encourage you all to join me in wearing gray, maybe every Friday this month, and tag me in the post. We are also doing a walk with the National Brain Tumor Society this Saturday down at the Battery. It is not too late to sign up. You can still join my team, join any team. If you can't make it out, you can make a donation. But we really need to have a cure and have a lot of research done, and you can help make a difference. Every dollar helps, every penny helps. And I just encourage you to join me in the fight against brain cancer. I'm doing this for my beloved hubby. This is our fight. I will not give up on the fight. And I hope again that you will join us. This Saturday, we will be down at the Battery. It will be a wonderful time. You will see a lot of tears from me, but it's all for a good purpose. So again, it's Brain Cancer Awareness Month. So please join me every Friday in wearing gray. And if you want a ribbon, I will send you a free ribbon. So reach out to me via social media or email me. I will put a free gray ribbon in the mail for you if you would like to wear one.
And let me get that banner off of here so you guys can know how to contact the Queen. Let me get that banner off. It's on here rolling. I gotta get out of there.
Go gray for a cure. Yes.
Right. There we go. That's how you can reach her right there. And please get her information, and she will be more than happy to share that with you guys so that you can participate along with her this year. And then you can go virtually. It's okay. Donations, okay. Whatever you guys want to do to participate would be greatly appreciated as we put some focus again on this deadly disease. It's just amazing how many a country that is so wealthy, has some of the best facilities in the world, still battles with some of these horrific diseases. So, but we don't give up. Fight goes on. So again, guys, go great for a cure. That's right. I'll put up one time again. Go great for the cure in the month of May. And again, contact Tree for more information on how you can be a part of joining that fight. And matter of fact, guys, remember on Tuesday anyway, you should be doing that because it's what's today? It's Giving Tuesday. So this is your chance, guys. And again, you can contact Tree. Also, I believe this is her regular website, makingabetter.me.org. Is that your regular website? No. Okay, we'll get that out of there.
It is, but not for that. I have two nonprofit organizations. So I do want to say two things. One, you put up the old social media. My handle is not It's Latresa. My handle for most of my life has been Purple Diva 13. And then I got the great idea to change it to It's Latresa for marketing purposes. But I kept telling people Purple Diva 13 anyway. So I just went back to what felt right, which is Purple Diva 13. But that's my social media handle, right? So it's correct now on the screen. And then the nonprofit organization that I started in memory of my beloved hubby is gograyforacure.org. But yes, the Making a Better Me one is the one that I have for youth. But this is the one for gray, wearing gray, and awareness for brain tumors and brain cancer.
There you go, guys. Just again, best way just to follow her on social media. She will have all types of tips on there on how you can reach her. And remember, in the month of May, it's Go Gray for the Cure. All right, guys, we appreciate you again for popping in and joining us as you do each and every week. I'm going to get back here, my producer hat here, and get everything straight here. We go boop. and we go. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. There we go. Yeah. So Tree, I put this question up because I guess maybe I'm watching too much social media, too much YouTube, and maybe I subscribe to too many people. But I mean, like literally, every single day, there seems to be some pundit from some show basically taking shots at Atlanta sports. So my question is, why is there so much hate by national media for Atlanta teams? Or is it just my imagination? Am I
I,
just envisioning this
I
or
think
no?
it's your imagination. I mean, I
Okay.
do get all of the fuss about the move that the Atlanta Falcons made in the NFL draft. When you go out and you get an experienced quarterback and you pay him as much as you do, and then in the first round and your first pick of the NFL draft, you go out and draft a quarterback. I mean, that's going to raise some eyebrows. And especially when I found out, get this, I had no clue about this, I think, until yesterday, that the reason that Kirk Cousins left the Minnesota Vikings is because they were upfront and honest with him and told him that they were going to draft a quarterback in the first round. So if you know that that's why he left this team and comes to your team, and then you do that, but you don't tell him until you're actually in the process of doing it. I mean, I can see why everybody's talking about the Falcons with that decision that was made.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting now that all this, it always, what does amaze me, because I know how the media works, is that everything that is done for maximum impact. So I cannot believe that this information about Kirk Cousins was not known before. But it's amazing to me, not amazing, but it's typical of how the media works that all this is released now. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's one of the reasons why he left Minnesota. I mean, okay, I didn't hear any of that at all. At all. At all. I'm going to say it again. At all. All I heard was, hey, we had a very amicable separation. I thought the Falcons was a good place for me because of my family, because his wife is from here. Yeah, that's all I heard. I didn't hear anything about, well, th- that. So we understand that a lot of this stuff is designed to kind of keep this back and forth. And we know that's what makes sports talk radio. We get it. But it just seems like every time I turn around, there's some type of shot being taken against the management, which sometimes I have questioned here in Atlanta sports teams or our stars. Another thing that's rumbling around is Trae Young and some of his comments about what's going on in the playoffs. Everybody knows that Anthony Edwards is becoming the new beast. He becoming him. He is just
He is him.
unleashed an onslaught. He is him. He has unleashed an onslaught here, and he's taking no prisoners. And of course, Trey was making a comment about all things Georgia, and by the way, he should have been a Hawk. Now, I'm not sure where that came from. I don't know if the Hawks, they went back to those draft picks that the Hawks got, and none of them were lottery pick, but it just seems like all of a sudden now it's that buzz. Let's go here to Todd. What's Todd saying, Tree? I know he's got some.
Todd says, sir, we bring it on ourselves. Atlanta draft was a D. Tree is right. They threw Kirk under the bus and started a battle for QB. Todd agrees. I agree with Todd.
Yeah, well, I just, to me, and this is one of the things that I will very candidly admit is making it becoming more less fun for me to cover sports, especially from the two sports that really dominate, most of our airtime anywhere, which is college football and NFL, but especially NFL, because to me it's becoming now too much more like WWE. I mean, it's like all these storylines and all these things. And this guy's got that thing going on against this guy. I mean, it's just like, I'm like, dude, give it a rest. I mean, to me, it just seems like it's too much.
Okay. I guess my question is, why do you care what they're saying, right? That's one thing in the world. People are always going to talk. People are always going to say what they want to say. And think about it. A lot of these people are just saying stuff because they want views. They want people to come to their shows. The thing that I love about your show is that you're authentic. You keep it, like it says, sports with perspective. You keep it to what is actually happening. You're not making up things or boasting things to get viewership. And that's why I respect you and your show. So just let the other people just come in one ear, out the other, right? we know that's what's going to happen with some of the shows. Doesn't mean that it's right. Doesn't mean that they're right. But you just keep doing things with your integrity and the way that you do them and keep it moving.
I think it's the Caribbean thing in me. It's Jamaican me crazy. That's what's going on with these guys. I mean, it's just give it a rest. Now, here's something interesting. Now, for those people who are proponents of this move the Falcons made with drafting Michael Penix, I read an interesting story today by Blogging Dirty. They're a top Falcons blog site and powered by fansided.com. And this is what it says here. It says Kirk Cousins' contract with the Falcons has been blown totally out of proportion. And what basically the tenor of this article is that you have to actually take a real hard look at how Kirk's money of that quote unquote $180 million contract really lays out. Now, according to them, they said this is where his actual cap hit will be in 24 and 25. And they actually listed the top 10 quarterbacks as far as their impact financially against the cap for each team. Number one, a guy nobody talks about anymore, Deshaun Watson, whether he plays or not, will have a cap hit for the Cleveland Browns of $63.8 million. Followed by Dak Prescott at $55.1 million. Followed by Russell Wilson, $53 million. Matt Stafford at 49.5, and we're going to go all the way down. Number 13 is Geno Smith, 26.4. And interestingly enough, Kirk Cousins, as far as the actual impact on the cap that his salary will have for 2024, is only $25 million. And then next year, he is ranked 11 as his impact will be $40 million. Even if the Falcons let him go after the second year, the impact to the cap will be substantially smaller than what we are actually led to believe. So maybe, in fact, it's like the Falcons say. I mean, maybe it is going to turn out that they were playing chess while everybody was playing checkers.
Well, I do believe that is what it was. I thought that, and I even said it on the show afterwards. I feel that they are looking for the future. And if you've watched the Falcons the last few seasons and you saw what happened with the quarterbacks, you will understand why they made this move. They don't ever want to be in that position again. And I get that. So they said that they thought that he was the second best quarterback in the draft, and you go after the best player. So they did that. I do believe that Kirk is their guy, and they just want him to be prepared later on down the line. So I do believe that is what their move was. Todd said, third preacher, that blog you talk about is a paid blog site by the Falcons.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
Todd is hilarious. I love it. I love it. I promise I love it.
Okay, so anyway, look, at the end of the day, it's like this. We can go back and forth a gazillion times. Oh, wait a minute, he's not through. He said they're paid by the Falcons to
get their narrative out.
Well, all I can tell you is this, whether that's true or not true, I don't think they would come on here and put out this kind of information if it was just blatantly not true. I find that to be, disconcerting. But of course, the Falcons were the same team that got fined for putting artificial fan noise in the stadium. So
Wait, what?
If you remember a few years ago, they got fined. The Falcons were fined because they were pumping artificial noise into the stadium, make it sound louder. You hear about that? NFL fined them. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed.
Are you serious right now? No, I never heard about that. So that speaks volumes to the fans here. We need the fans to come out, but that just goes to show that some of the fans are fair weather fans. If they had to actually make fan noise to make their stadium loud, I did not hear that.
In fact, let me go ahead and see if I pull up the article here.
That's amazing. I will tell you two places that will never happen. The Detroit Lions in our den and the Minnesota Vikings. It's not going to happen. They're both very loyal. Noise gate. That's what H.C. Hardy said. Exactly. H.C. Hardy said it's noise gate.
It was. I'll read the article here. This is from this was back in it was updated. It originally happened back in 2015. Was updated in 2020. It said the Atlanta Falcons must deal with no fans at Mercedes-Benz through at least the 2 opening games. This was around the pandemic. And it said, let's go here. It said Falcons officials try to make it simple and try to protect their fans, blah, 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 blah. Let me keep scroll down here. Yeah, here it is right here. It says the Falcons pump fake noise into a public address system. Yeah, in 2015, the NFL fined the Falcons $350,000 and stripped them of a 5th-round draft choice following adding fake crowd noise for home games in 2013 and 2014. And the league also suspended Falcons president Rich McKay at that time from 3 months off the competitive committee.
That's
NFL competition committee.
That's when they were in the dome. The dome used to get really loud. So
yeah, they fined them. So I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yep. But they got in trouble. Yep. That's a no-no. And H.C. Hardy said it right. He said the noise gate situation.
Noise gate.
Yeah. So listen, at the end of the day, it's like this. It's we've said it a couple of times, and there are some national guys, I mean, that have said that the Falcons have made a good move. It's all going to pan out. It just was such a shock to everybody. And I think you know what it was too, Tree? I think that a lot of people, to some degree, were in their feelings because, you know, keep in mind, these guys are getting paid a lot of money to be prognosticators and to be accurate portrayers of what's going to happen. And nobody, not a near one, except for what's his name, right the week when it got released that the Falcons went out to send their entire executive team out. Only then did you hear guys start, 1 or 2 guys saying, hey, the Falcons might draft the quarterback. Everybody else was like, oh, wait. No, wait. So I think that the Falcons might have made some folks mad because all those prognosticators turned out to be sorry. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm in my feelings, but it does seem at times like, you know, it's like the Atlanta teams are like Rodney Dangerfield. They don't get no respect. You know, it just like it took everybody eons.
Oh,
you know, when
goodness.
No, seriously.
No, let me come in a little closer. Let me talk to you about not getting respect. Okay. That was my Detroit Lions. So no, the Falcons have never been treated like my Lions. The Hawks have never been treated like my Lions. I do agree in the sense that, yes, they don't really get a lot of respect. I do agree with that one with the Hawks. But the Falcons, no. These past couple of years, I get it, because if you look at how they've been playing, that's why they were saying what they were saying. But I don't look at that as disrespect. I just look at that as reality. I feel that this year, though, the Falcons are going to be a lot better, and I'm hoping that they will be better. But I don't know about not getting a lot of respect. That was my Lions when people were totally disrespecting us last year. You being one of them, Jonathan. I'm just playing. It wasn't you. I'm joking. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. But a lot of people were disrespecting my Detroit Lions. And then look what I kept telling you guys the year before last, watch and see. And we see what happened. But we, at first, were getting so disrespected. Nobody was picking us to win. Everybody was talking about us and blah, 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 blah. That's disrespect. So I don't think the Atlanta teams are getting disrespected. I just think that people are leery of the Atlanta teams just from things that we've seen and things that have happened in the recent past outside of the Braves. But who knows? It could just be me.
She said leery. Said they're little leery. Well, one thing we're not leery about is women's basketball. WNBA is fire.
I'm leery.
All the teams selling out all over the place. Matter of fact, the Hawks just announced, not the Hawks, Lord have mercy. The Dream announced that once again, if you want to watch one of their games, you cannot do the season ticket holder. The season tickets have been sold out.
Sold out before the season started. I love it.
Thanks for playing. You can get individual tickets to the games, and I will tell you that most likely you will not be able to go see them play against the Indiana Fever. Yeah, you can. If you ain't bought them tickets already, most likely you're not buying them. And if you are buying them, you're going to be buying them at a substantial premium over the original ticket price. Just to let you know. Yep. So, Tree, you got to be excited because the ladies are hot. I mean, seriously.
I'm excited, but then I'm not excited about some things. I'm very excited about all of the fuss. I'm very excited. There's so many people are watching. I'm excited about all the eyes and the things that are happening for women's basketball. I'm not excited about how the WNBA, I'm not excited how they're handling certain things. I'm not excited that they didn't show Angel Reese's first game, which so many people wanted to watch. And this fan put it on their, I think, Instagram story, and they recorded it live and got 1 million views, over 1 million views. And the issue that I have is, Jonathan, we've had these conversations where a lot of the WNBA players complain about money or different things like that, right? We've had these conversations where they want their pay increased or this and that, right? It's always a conversation. Well, this is an opportunity, which is what we've spoke about in the past, is that we need the television deals. We need the marketing. We need more seasons selling out, more people coming to the game. So all of the things that we have been asking for are happening, but now the WNBA is falling short. Now Caitlin Clark's jersey sold out well before the season started, and the jerseys won't be in until August when the season is over. You're missing out on so many opportunities. You're telling people that all of these games are going to be streamed on League Pass, right? I've purchased League Pass because I like to support, and it's always said that you'll be able to watch every game at any time. And there's so many games that are not available on there. So they're dropping the ball in so many different areas. And that is what's disappointing, because you need to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are available, and all of the people who are very excited to watch women's basketball, they're excited now. And you're losing some of those people because the WNBA just was not ready, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that they can get things together and start showcasing what people want to see and just start doing better, because again, we want this momentum to stay. And the only way to do that is to provide the things that you said you were going to provide.
And some of it, I'm gonna take a kind of a contrarian turn. And some of it, I blame on the NBA, because the NBA is the number one backer of the WNBA. And let me just read this here. It says the estimated TV rights for the NBA in the 2024-25 season will probably eclipse $8 billion. Oh, excuse me. It says in the coming weeks, the league expects to announce a new game-changing multi-year media rights pack that will reportedly more than double its annual fees from TV and streaming outlets to $6 billion annually. $6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if you're telling me, because remember now, the NBA kind of swooped in and bought out the women who originally owned the WNBA on their own. Isn't that what happened? I mean, how wasn't WNBA originally owned by themselves? I mean, weren't they a separate entity originally?
Well, the NBA was really supporting financially most of the WNBA teams. That's not the case now. Like if you see the Atlanta Dream, they have an owner that's not the Atlanta Hawks. Most of the teams aren't owned by NBA teams any longer. There's a couple of owners that own both men's and women's, but that's not really the case nowadays.
Doesn't the NBA still have a vested interest or some type of stake with the WNBA, or not at all?
I would think so, but I don't quote me on that because I would have to do research. But I would think yes, but I'm not certain. I would assume yes.
Because to me, if they're trying to grow the game, if they're still involved, I would think that they would find some way to do some additional revenue sharing. And listen, don't be wrong. It's like anything else. You got to earn your keep. You know what I mean? I get you. I mean, but yeah, because I'm going to read what I got here. This is what it's saying here. This article says the NBA still at this point provides the WNBA with an annual endowment of over $15 million. Now, remember, guys, I said, but hang on. I just told everybody that the TV contract alone, forget revenues from anything else, over $6 billion. They give the WNBA $15 million. The financial support helps cover various operating costs from WNBA teams, including facilities, travel, marketing, administrators, and administration. As of 2023, the NBA still owns 50% of the WNBA, while the 12 WNBA teams collectively own the other 50%. So this is my point. If you, like I said, I understand that, things that they make money is a business, but it's your business. You should invest.
They are investing. You just said they invested $15 million. Isn't that what you just said?
Right.
So
but
let
$50
me
million,
bring,
it's a drop in the bucket.
Let me bring something to people's attention, because we always talk about how much money the WNBA players make as compared to the men. You cannot compare, period. You cannot, right?
Not even close. Right. I get that.
Not even close, right? Let's not even talk about the lengths of the seasons. The men play 9-10 months. Women play 2 months? Like, people, come on. That's why when they go to Europe, they make the most money, because the season in Europe is 9 months. That's where they're making most of their money. If they transition the WNBA to a 9-month season, then yes, the pay would increase and it would look differently, because you have more games and more fans that can come. Let's also realize that the WNBA still has not broke even, not one season. They have been in the negative, in the red. They are in debt every season since they've started, right? And we want this to change. And we have to also look back to how the NBA was when they started. They didn't just start making all these multi-millions and doing all the things. They had to grow to get there. And now the WNBA, I feel they're on the right trajectory, growing and getting there. But again, they are hurting themselves with jersey sales, not having Caitlin Clark's enough jerseys. We should have known the demand. I knew the demand, right? And missing out on all these opportunities of showing games that people want to see. We all know that Angel Reese, the Bayou Barbie, everybody wanted to watch her. You have to know the hot commodities and be prepared for those, because they're missing out on capital. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. We're saying that we want the WNBA players to make more money. We want the WNBA to make more money. Well, here are opportunities where they can make more money, and they're missing out on those opportunities to make more money. The WNBA draft this year was the first year that they opened up the draft. The tickets sold out in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, which shows the demand. So again, that's opportunity to make money and increase your capital, which helps the WNBA go from the red into the positive in the green. So there's things that we need to see. But I do want to, I thought you took off the other comment. Well, I did want to say before I read H.C. Hardy's comment that Todd said that Trey needs to transition and start for the dream. That's where the energy is. Laugh out loud in town.
Wow.
That was funny.
Man, let me hold on a second. I got to make a little change here for that. That was what we call some shade, boys. Todd threw some shade. I'm just saying.
And let's see what H.C. Hardy said. H.C. Hardy said, I wonder if the WNBA viewership is higher than certain NBA playoff games. I don't know.
See, this is my point. My point is, I'm not, again, you got to get paid for what you do. I'm into that. But I'm saying that your partner, that is your 50% partner, they know what it's like to transition from being a league that, matter of fact, even well into existence, was on the skids. I was in college by this time. Yeah, I was getting ready to go to college. I mean, the NBA was in trouble in the late 70s. Guys were having problems with drugs. There was a lot of pressure going on. It was crazy, and people weren't watching. It wasn't until Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came in, the NBA was in trouble.
Yeah,
so
and they had to get the Harlem Globetrotters to help.
Right. So my point is, if you are equal partner and you know what it takes to grow a team, and when you see similarities from when you were on the skids and all of a sudden you had these two players that electrified the nation, you kind of have it deja vu all over again with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. So to me, that's my point. NBA knows what time it is. They should say, okay, now is our time. Even though they're not making a lot of money, we need to invest more now to, like you said, take advantage of all these additional eyeballs. It's crazy to me that you have a partner like the NBA getting $6 billion in TV revenues, and they couldn't step in and say, "Hey, we need this WNBA games to be on."
I have a question. Why are you blaming the NBA for what the WNBA did not do? That's what I'm confused about.
Okay, I'm gonna read this again.
Yeah.
Okay, read this one more time. As of 2023, the NBA owns 50% of the WNBA.
No, I know that. But again, you're not answering my question. Just because you may own 50% of something, you still hire someone to run it. The WNBA has a commissioner, just like the NBA does. The WNBA, they have general managers, presidents. So again, why are you blaming the NBA for what the WNBA failed to do? That's my confusion. You're putting the blame in the wrong place, in my opinion.
Okay. Let's see what Todd says.
Oh, you're not going to answer my question. Okay.
I'm answering. I want you to read what Todd said. He's in your favor right there. What does he say about it?
I said, preacher, you're getting worked up tonight. Take Tree's lead. Be calm and fact-based. Thank you, Todd.
Yo, man, I'm reading the facts, okay? I just said, it's like, you know what? Forget about it. I'm going to be like the New Yorkers. Forget about it. I'm out. I'm leaving this alone right here. Okay, let's go to HC Hardy.
He said, this is the advantage of women's college basketball, the NIL and social media. Players are performing and promoting themselves to get sponsorships and build their brand in college. True.
Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so I won't get worked up. I'll remain very calm because I have to get off very quickly, and I got stuff I got to do.
Can you answer my question? Why do you think the preacher is getting? Why do you think the preacher is blaming the NBA for a decision that the WNBA made? It wasn't the NBA that made the decision to not order jerseys. It wasn't the NBA that made the decision. H.C. Hardy said the Queen has spoken. It wasn't the NBA that made the decision to not air Angel Reese's basketball game. Though it wasn't the NBA who made the decision to not move the Atlanta Hawks game. I'm not the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Dream, when they played Caitlin Clark to a larger stadium like most other teams did, move to a larger arena to get more ticket sales. I mean, again, these are decisions that the WNBA are making. And I just believe that you hold people accountable for their actions. I know plenty of people who are owners to different things. Sorry, Sparkle. It's looking like she thought she's about to knock the light over. But they still hire people to lead those organizations and manage those organizations. So even though the NBA is 50% owner of the WNBA, they're still not going in telling every move of what to do because they're trusting the people that they put in place to make those decisions.
There you go. And so we're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to keep lambasting the NBA. As a matter of fact, it's interesting. I didn't realize this, that the Dream has a new owner partner, and he says, hey, man, we have to kind of find a way to be a little bit more independent of the NBA. He says it's kind of hard to, kind of have them both going at the same time. So it's interesting how this is all going to pan out here, but I do believe that this could be a watershed moment for the WNBA. They're adding a 13th team on. They're going to be playing out of Golden State. So clearly, at the end of the day, expansion is here, but I think they need more of it, and they need to seize the opportunity.
Williams is interested in purchasing a WNBA franchise starting a team in the right market.
Yeah, because listen, people that have money, they follow the money. They kind of know. Right now, it looks like for the foreseeable future that women's basketball is going to be a hot ticket. Because again, why? It's not only the game is improved, but you got compelling personalities.
Yes.
You have You know, you have the Bayou Barbie, you know, in Young Miss Reese. You have you know, how we want to call it, the farm girl assassin, Caitlin Clark. You
Yeah.
have the Brazilian beauty. You know what I mean, Miss Carmela Cardoza. So you got a lot of things. Then you got lurking in the shadows, the silver. Now she got the silver haired killer. You know, with Asia over there with the aces. So I mean, it's like, you know, um, there's a lot of compelling women, and they've been allowed in these last few years to really kind of, you know, step out and show their personality, and it's working. You know, so I mean, I think that they need to kind of jump on the bandwagon.
Well, I won't say they've been allowed because they've always shown their personality. It's just that now more people are picking up and paying attention to it. But we've been showing our personality back when I was playing, so that's nothing new. It's just that now the media is picking up on it and paying more attention and giving more attention and spotlight to it, which I love.
Well, no matter, they're shining now more than before. We appreciate it. And like I said, it's really business. I mean, at the end of the day, we know how this works. I mean, you know, whoever's hot, who's ever generating the activity, generating the money, money's gonna follow the money. So hopefully, for everybody's sake, that'll be the case,
Yes.
and we'll be able to see some great stuff going on here. Okay, hold on a second.
HC Hardy said, Queen asked the question, and we still hear crickets. Quiet. Peace be still. I love it. Thank you, HC Hardy. Donna Jones said the Washington Mystics in DC made adjustments for Caitlin Clark's upcoming game in June. The Mystics normally play at the Entertainment and Sports Arena, ESA, in Southeast DC, which seats 4,200 people. But due to a huge demand for tickets, the game was moved to Capital One Arena, which seats 20,000 spectators. Yes, Donna, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the difference. 20,000 that it seats compared to 4,200. You do the math with those ticket sales. You do the math. And with parking, I mean, just all of it. Do the math. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm disappointed about with some of the teams, especially the Atlanta Dream.
Like Atlanta. Fell asleep at the wheel.
We just have to see the demand, and we know the demand. The fans have shown us the demand. Even when she was in college, before she came to the NBA, which we all knew she was coming, it's like you go ahead and you prepare. Once she announces, hey, you start preparing.
Speaking of preparing, we got to prepare to go, doggone it. And I know a lot of you guys were wondering about football. I think we talked a little bit about football, talked about what's going on. We hope to have D. Orlando Ledbetter back with us next week. He has been out and about doing some family stuff, and I think he's got some fraternity stuff going on tonight, but good luck when he'll be back with us next week, because it would be interesting to hear his take, because he's been, I tell you guys, if you turn on YouTube, he's right there as he always is. First question in the box on the press conferences. So he's been up close and personal. A lot of guys are not, you guys forget, OTAs are going on, and Kirk Cousins actually has been on the field. I don't know if you guys saw the slow motion video of him throwing about a 10-yard out pass, but he actually is on the field. He is going through some of the drills. He's limited, obviously, but Kirk is out there, and pretty soon the rookies will be in, and we're going to be right in the middle of it. And hopefully, this year the Falcons will not keep us away from the facility like they did last year. Hopefully, we'll be allowed to go there and show you stuff live and in person, as we like to do. Speaking of what we like to do, as you know, anytime we have anybody on the show, but especially our co-hosts, we like you guys to know where they're at, how you can follow them. So as we always do it, Ms. Tree Dolman, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. You can find me on social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Ms. America International 2022. Again, this is May. It's Brain Cancer Awareness Month. Please join me every Friday in wearing gray and tag me in the post. I'm also doing a walk with the National Brain Tumor Society this coming Saturday at the Battery. It is going to be a wonderful time for a wonderful cause. Please join me in the cause. You'll be able to find the information on my social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Miss America International 2022. Thank you.
And there you go. The Queen has spoken. Hey guys, I gotta get out of here, but as you know, contrary to popular belief, I actually am a real live minister. So before I get off the air, I got to encourage you as I do each week. Hey man, seriously, if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, your personal Savior, please, man, please, sir, get to know Him today. Why? Because He loves you, number one, and number two, He did something spectacular. He actually died for your sin and rose from the dead. So if you confess your sin and believe in Him, two great things happen for you. Number one, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. And number two, you become an adoptive child of God with all the rights therein. That means you now can go to God like a heavenly parent, asking for anything you need or desire, and according to His will, He'll give it to you. And when you die, you go to that wonderful, beautiful place called heaven, where there's none of the following: no pain, no pandemic. You never get old. You never die. There's no sickness. There's no pain. There's no sorrow. Crying is over. And it never gets dark because the glory of God illuminates the kingdom. And you now get to see God face to face. Now, how cool is that? Jesus Christ, face to face, all the people of love, up close and personal. And you avoid that nasty place called hell, where all the things I just mentioned won't be there. It's dark, it's dreary. You will be stuck with the devil, all his demons, and all the worst people ever to be on the earth. But most of all, you cut off from Jehovah God, Jesus Christ, His Son, and all the people of love forever and a day. I don't know about you, but I like option number one instead of option number two. All right, guys, until the next time we get back together again, you know how we do it. We simply say, God bless you, and have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whichever may apply. So long, and take care.
Bye.